Hi kids, in today's video we are going to start chapter number 8, which is about the introduction to sound. Let's look at what we learn about in this unit. Sound, how is sound produced, intensity of sound, medium for sound to travel, noise and its effect on human health, measures to reduce noise pollution. So let's start. We hear different sounds in our surroundings. For example, we hear chirping of birds, car horns and sounds of rickshaws. We listen to the teacher in the classroom. We enjoy music. So these are all the sounds. We are all surrounded. Our life is all surrounded with different kinds of sounds. Have you ever thought how sound is produced and how it reaches us? How do some sounds affect our ears? So in this chapter we shall find answers to these questions. How is sound produced? Sound is produced by vibrating objects. For example, in a drum, skin vibrates to produce sound. In a guitar, strings vibrate to produce sound. In a flute, air particles vibrate to produce sound. So we can say that in our throat, there are vocal cords which vibrate to produce sound. Intensity. Sounds of drum, rickshaw, train's whistle, donkey, etc. are very loud. On the other hand, the sounds of chirping of birds, rustling of leaves, ticking of clocks are soft. The loudness of a sound is related to its intensity. Loud sounds have high intensity, as have been shown in figure 8.2. The train is whistling and the rickshaws noise. And soft sounds have low intensity, which has been shown in figure 8.3. There's an interesting information for you. The sound travels fastest. The sound travels fastest in solids. It travels slower in liquids and slowest in gases as compared to solids and liquids. Let's look how it is possible. Sound cannot travel through vacuum. High sounds produced in the core of the sun are not heard on the earth. The reason is that sound cannot pass through vacuum in space. If a jet plane passes over at low height, a loud sound is heard. But when the same jet plane is flying at very great height, we hear less sound due to thin air and long distance. So kids, do you know when astronauts land on the moon, they cannot talk to each other as we do on the earth? The reason is there is no air on the moon. Hence, they talk through radiophone fitted in their space suits. Noise. We feel pleasure to hear music or chirping of birds in the garden. Such sounds are called pleasant or musical sounds. There are some other sounds which we do not like to hear, such as sounds of heavy traffic, dogs barking, road construction, machinery, hammering metal sheets, etc. These are unpleasant and are termed as noise. They are irritating and have bad effect on our ears and other body systems which affect badly. Let's have a look at some effects of noise on human health. Noise affects not only our hearing but also our health. We cannot think and work properly at noisy places. People living in noisy areas often suffer from headache, blood pressure, and many other diseases. Noise makes people irritated. It may even disturb our nervous systems as well. So the difference between sound and noise is sound is pleasant, noise are unpleasant. Now, what are the measures to reduce noise pollution? Excessive noise that may harm human health is called noise pollution. There are laws to reduce such, but due to lack of awareness, people do not care about them. The need is that people should try to understand the importance of these laws and should follow them strictly. Government also tries to create awareness about noise pollution in public through media. Bus stands, airports, and factories need to be shifted away from residential areas. Use of horns near hospitals, educational institutions, and libraries should strictly be prohibited. Proper silencers should be used in the vehicles. Volumes of TVs or tape recorders should be kept low. The use of loudspeakers at high volume has been prohibited. Trees should be grown wherever possible because they help to reduce noise and other types of pollution. So, these are some of the measures that can be taken to prevent noise pollution. Let's have a look at some key points. The key points of this chapter, Introduction to Sound, is sound is produced by vibrating objects. Loudness of a sound is related to its intensity. A medium is needed for the sound to travel. Sound can travel through solids easily. Sound can also travel through liquids and gases. However, sound cannot pass through vacuum. Unpleasant sounds are called noise. Noisy sounds are irritating and produce bad effects on human brain and health. Musical sounds produce pleasant effects on human brain and health. Excessive noise that may harm human health is called noise pollution. Noise pollution can be reduced by obeying noise laws strictly and by shifting factories, airports away from residential areas. Last but not the least, tree plantation also helps to reduce noise and other types of pollution. So this was all from today's topic, Introduction to Sound, in which we had a look about the simplest definition of sound, how is sound produced. We also had a discussion about intensity and the mediums for sound to travel, noise and the difference between sound and noise, and what measures can be taken to reduce noise pollution. I hope this was quite understanding for all of you. I'll be back with some more. Till then, take care of yourselves. Bye.